Okay, so welcome back. I'm your teacher. My name is Ricardo Montoya. I am your teacher in the 5th or the 6th semester here in the SEA in the University of Guanajuato. Today we're going to be speaking about the future perfect. Okay, on the last video we were speaking about the past perfect, and before that about the present perfect. So we are covering all time tenses. Right now we're going to be speaking about the future perfect, and there are a few things that we need to say, the few things that we need to use. Also, please remember that these videos, they have an order. So if you try to start from here, it's going to be a little bit hard, I guess. So please try to check them first, to check them in order. We were speaking first about words, about sentences and questions, and how to make a statement, about functions, about adjectives, about nouns, about many different things that are going to be useful now. We just recently started speaking about time tenses. We started with the simple past and the simple present, which are the two most difficult ones in my opinion. Then we check the simple future, all the continuous or progressive forms: present continuous or present progressive, past continuous or past progressive, future continuous or future progressive. And right now with this, we will finish the perfect forms. We already have a video for the present perfect and a video for the past perfect. Okay, so the first and most important thing whenever we check a new time tense is to understand why we use it, or yeah, I mean, so why will we choose to use that time tense? When to use it? I mean, it's not just the how, it's not just the rules that we need, it's the why. Why do we need to? Why do we need to do that? Okay, so it says the future perfect is used when we want to speak about an event in the future that hasn't started yet, but will be finished at a certain point in the future. Okay, it sounded weird. This is kind of complicated. But the thing is, imagine we're speaking about the future. This is the future perfect. We're speaking about tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow at night, tomorrow at 9 p.m. Tomorrow at 9 p.m. there is one game, and I want to watch the game. Tomorrow at 9 p.m. I will watch a game. And somebody asks me, hey, do you want to go out tomorrow? We can go to the movies at 11. And I say, well, at 11, that's okay, because my game starts at 9 and it finishes at 11, and I live next to the movies. So I say, okay, I will go with you to the movies, because at 11 o'clock tomorrow, the game will have finished. If you say that the game will have finished, it means at that point in the future, the game will be over. Right now, in this moment, this game is in the future, but by a different point in the future, that game will be over. That event, that action will be over. We have multiple examples here. We have this. It says, I will give, let me just, I will have gone to France next month. I'm leaving in 2 weeks. I will have gone to France next month. It means in this moment, I haven't gone to France. This is in the future. I haven't gone to France. I don't have plans to go to France. I don't have money to go to France. This is not something that is happening now. But I have a subject. Let me just change that to the transparent one. So I have a subject. My auxiliary is going to be a little different, because my auxiliary is going to have 2 words. My auxiliary is not going to be will, it's going to be will have. Remember that the auxiliary for the present perfect is have or has. In the present, have is conjugated have or has. In the past, the verb to have is had. In the future, what is the future of have? The only future for have is will have. Okay, we don't really have all the other options. Have doesn't have a future conjugations. No verbs in English have future conjugations. So if we want to conjugate a verb in future, we use will and the verb in the base form. It's always will have. I will have, you will have, he, she, it will have. Never will has. Remember that after will, the verbs are always in the base form. Okay? Then we have we will have, you will have, and we will have. It is always will have. Yes. And what happens with the verb? When we have perfect forms, I hope that you remember, when we have perfect forms, the verbs are always, always, always in past participle. Well, I think I selected too much. Past participle form. The verb is always in the past participle, always. So we have subject, we have auxiliary, the verb is go in the past participle, gone, and then we have the complement. The complement in this case is to France, or to France next month. This is a complement of place and a complement of time. We have two complements right here. I will have gone to France next month. What is the meaning of that? It means I will have gone to France means I haven't gone. I mean, this is in the future. In this moment of my life, in this specific moment right now, July, I don't know if you knew, but it is July right now, I haven't gone to France. But in 2 weeks, I will go to France. And next month, in 1 month from now, in August, I will have gone to France. I will be back from France. I will have gone. This will be in the past. It will be a finished action. Me going to France is not happening right now, but I will have gone to France. It means by next month, this will be in the past. I leave in 2 weeks. I come back in 3 weeks. In 1 month, I will have gone. In 1 month, my trip to France will be over, will be finished, will be in the past. Right now, it is in the future. Yeah? So at this time, next month, at this time in the future, this action will be finished. At this time, this action will be finished. Again, we have, how do you make a negative statement? Very simple, you have subject, and again, this happened with the future continuous, and it happens again with the future imperfect. We have two words that are making the auxiliary. The auxiliary is not one word like normally. In this case, the auxiliary is two words. What happens when we have two words for the auxiliary? Do you remember? When you have two words working as the auxiliary, what you do is that the first word, you have one and you have two. If you want to make a negative statement, only the first part of the auxiliary takes the negative. The rest remains like this. You don't say I will haven't, you say I won't have. Only the first part of your auxiliary is the one taking the negative. I won't have, and then you have your verb in the past participle, finished, and then you have, sorry, I think I did something, okay. And then you have your complement, my work by 10. Oh, well, all of this is your complement. I won't have finished my work by 10. It is too much. I won't have finished by 10. It means by this time, by 10, well, sorry. By this time, by 10 p.m. or 10 a.m., by 10, this action will not be over. I won't have finished. I won't have finished. It means it will be still in progress. Yeah, I won't have completed this action. By this time in the future, I won't have completed this action. By this time in the future, I will have completed this action. Yeah. Why won't I have finished by 10? Because it is too much work. It is too much. It is impossible to do it by 10. Maybe if you say by 3 o'clock, I will have finished. Okay, you gave me 5 extra hours. By 3 o'clock, I will have finished my work. By 10, I won't have finished. It's too much work. I can't. I wouldn't have finished. I will still be finishing. I will still be working on it. Okay. Again, you never say will haven't. Only the first part takes the negative. What happens when you make questions? Again, this happened again when we were speaking about the future continuous. The problem that we have is that the subject and the auxiliary, they switch positions. The subject and the auxiliary switch positions. But again, we have two auxiliaries. Well, not two auxiliaries, but the auxiliary has two words. Yeah? The auxiliary is will have. The auxiliary is two words. It's a little more difficult than we are used to. So what happens? We have one part, sorry, I think that one part and two parts. If we want to make a question, if we want to make a negative, the first part takes the negative. If we want to make a question, only the first part is the one that switches positions with the subject. You don't say, will have we. You only say, will we have. Okay? Again, it is very similar to the other one. The only thing that we have to do is only change the first part of the auxiliary. Then we have a verb in the past participle. This is the verb. And the rest of it is the complement. The movie by Monday. By Monday, by this time in the future, by Monday, will we have seen the movie? Today is Friday, so today maybe we haven't watched the movie. That's okay, but over the weekend I want to watch the movie. Do you think we will have seen the movie by Monday? On Monday, do you think this action will be over? Will we have finished watching the movie? I want to finish watching the movie before Monday. Is that okay? It's very simple. Okay, now in Spanish again, because again, I know that sometimes you have a little bit of problem. En español, ¿cómo sería esto? I will have gone to France significa yo habré ido a Francia. ¿Para qué se utiliza el futuro perfecto? El futuro perfecto se utiliza para hablar de acciones que todavía no empiezan, pero para un momento en el futuro ya van a estar terminadas. Hoy todavía no voy a Francia, eso está en el futuro, pero para dentro de un mes ya habré vuelto. Ya estará en el pasado. En 2 semanas me voy, en 3 semanas regreso, para dentro de un mes yo ya habré ido a Francia. En este momento está en el futuro, yo nunca he ido a Francia. ¿Estamos bien? El problema con este tiempo, una cosa que nos cuesta un poquito de trabajo, es que el auxiliar es el verbo will, pero, perdón, no es el verbo will, es el verbo have. En todos los perfectos es el have. En presente perfecto, have o has. En pasado perfecto, have. En futuro perfecto, have. Pero en futuro, ¿cuál es el futuro de have? Will have. Tenemos 2 palabras haciendo la función del auxiliar. ¿Qué pasa cuando tenemos 2 palabras haciendo la función del auxiliar? Que cuando hacemos negativos o cuando hacemos preguntas, no se pasa el grupo de 2 palabras completas, no cambian su lugar con el sujeto y no se pone el negativo después del grupo de 2 palabras. El negativo normalmente es el auxiliar más negativo, pero en este caso no ponemos will haven't, sino que solo la primera parte del auxiliar se lleva el negativo, won't have. ¿Cómo hacemos las preguntas? Partiendo el auxiliar. No pasamos todo el auxiliar completo antes del sujeto, no decimos will have we, decimos will we have. Así es como funcionan. Esta es la gran bronca. Otra vez, ¿cuándo se utiliza? El presente perfecto, yo he hecho, es para experiencias. He hecho esto, no he hecho esto. Es para acciones no terminadas. El pasado perfecto es el pasado del pasado. Yo había hecho esto. O sea, antes de esto, yo había hecho aquello. ¿Ok? Antes de hoy nunca había dado una clase. Ah, ok, nunca antes había dado una clase. Y el futuro perfecto continuo, perdón, futuro perfecto nada más, funciona para acciones que en el futuro ya van a estar terminadas. Todavía no empezamos, pero para cierto momento en el futuro esta acción ya estará terminada. ¿Sí? Eso sería más o menos cómo funciona esto. Y aquí tenemos, bueno, un pequeño... otros ejemplos, ¿ok? It says, and the future continues as most other time tenses except the present and the simple past. The verb to be is like any other verb. Again, in this case, the verb to be is a normal, regular, simple verb, okay? So we don't really have to do anything different. So we have, we have our subject. We start with subject. Affirmative statements, they start with subject. Negative statements, they start with subject. Questions, they start with the auxiliary. Okay? I, we. The auxiliary is 2 parts. The auxiliary is will and have. Will and have. When you make them negative, only the first part takes the negative. Only this one takes the negative. When you are making questions, you have 2 parts, will and have. But when you have 2 parts, only the first part, only this, changes positions with the subject, okay? Then we have a verb that is always in the past participle. If you want to use the verb to be, it's like any other normal verb. So what do? You use the verb to be in the past participle. Been. And then you have your complement. Your complement is to France in a year, here all week. Will you have been to France next month? ¿Habrás estado en Francia el mes que entra? O sea, yo sé que todavía no lo haces. Yo sé que tu vuelo es para la semana que entra, es para el futuro. Pero dentro de un mes, ¿Ya habrás estado en Francia? Yes, I will have been to France. No, I won't have been to France. Bueno, aquí, perdón, esta era una oración afirmativa. I will have been to France next month. Entonces, esta es una afirmación. I will have been to France. Yo habré estado en Francia en un mes. Todavía no he estado, pero en un mes, el mes que entra, esto es una promesa, el mes que entra, yo ya habré estado en Francia. ¿Ok? ¿Cómo lo hacemos negativo? I won't have been there in a year. No habré estado ahí en un año. Dentro de un año, en exactamente un año, en este momento en el futuro, yo no habré estado ahí. ¿En dónde? No sé dónde sea ahí. Oye, ¿vas a ir a la casa? No habré estado ahí en un año. O sea, hace 3 meses que no voy a mi casa, pero no voy a ir en otros 10. Entonces, yo sé que en un año entero no voy a haber estado en mi casa, por ejemplo. ¿Sí? Aquí decimos all week, toda la semana. Will we have been here all week? ¿Habremos estado aquí toda la semana? O sea, para cuando se acabe la semana, ¿habremos pasado todo este tiempo aquí? ¿Sí o no? ¿Sí? La respuesta es yes, we will have been here all week. Sí, habremos pasado aquí toda la semana. O no, we won't have been here all week. No, no te preocupes, no vamos a haber pasado aquí toda la semana. ¿Sí? Otra vez, muy sencillo, el futuro perfecto se utiliza para acciones que van a estar terminadas en el futuro. Es un poco, se puede comparar un poco con el futuro perfecto. Perdón, el futuro perfecto y el futuro continuo. Este es el perfecto. Se pueden comparar un poco porque aquí tenemos... No, perfecto, esta es otra cosa. ¿Ustedes se acuerdan que estuvimos viendo el futuro continuo? Y en el futuro continuo dijimos algo. Vamos a hacer un pequeño ejemplo por ahí. En el futuro continuo, nosotros tenemos nuestro sujeto, nuestro auxiliar, nuestro verbo y nuestro complemento. Pero el auxiliar es el verbo to be en futuro. Entonces es will be. Y el verbo siempre va en gerundio. ¿Sí? Cuando es el futuro perfecto, el auxiliar es will have y el verbo siempre va en pasado participio. Entonces vamos a hacer dos. Por ejemplo, en futuro continuo, sujeto, I, auxiliar will be, este es el auxiliar del futuro continuo, el verbo siempre va en ing, I will be watching the game. Yo voy a estar viendo el juego. En futuro perfecto, I will, recuérdense, el auxiliar del futuro perfecto no es will be, es will have, y el verbo no va en ing, va en participio. Entonces sería, como es regular, watched the game. I will be watching the game. I will have watched the game. Yo estaré viendo el juego, yo habré visto el juego. Imagínense que alguien les pregunta, do you want to go to the movies tomorrow at 8? ¿Quieres ir al cine mañana a las 8? Y mi respuesta es, I will be watching the game. ¿Qué significa eso? ¿Qué significa I will be watching the game? Significa que esta acción de ver el juego estará en progreso. Por eso es el futuro progresivo o el futuro continuo. Eso significa que el juego empieza a las 7, se acaba a las 9. ¿Quieres ir conmigo a las 8? Voy a estar viendo el juego. ¿Eso qué significa? Significa no. ¿Quieres ir al cine mañana conmigo a las 8? I will be watching the game. O sea, estoy ocupado, a esa hora voy a estar haciendo, esta acción va a estar en progreso. ¿Qué pasa si te preguntan, do you want to go to the movies? Do you want to go to the movies tomorrow at 8? ¿Quieres ir al cine mañana a las 8? Y tú dices, I will have watched the game. ¿Qué significa I will have watched the game? Significa que esta acción de ver el juego mañana a las 8, esta acción ya va a estar terminada. A lo mejor el juego empieza a las 5, se acaba a las 7, y como tú quieres ir al cine a las 8, se puede acompañar. Ya habrá acabado el juego. ¿Qué quiere decir esto? Quiere decir yes. Do you want to go to the movies tomorrow at 8? I will be watching the game. That's sorry, no. I will be in the middle of an action. Do you want to go to the movies tomorrow at 8? I will have watched the game. That means, yes, I will have finished doing this action. I will be free because I don't have anything to do before that. Does it make sense? I hope it does. If you have any questions, please write them down. Don't hesitate on asking me. Send me an email, send me a message through the group that we have here in the comments of the video. Remember, all perfect forms, they always have the auxiliary have. In the present perfect, have or has. In the past perfect, have. In the future perfect, will have, right? And the verbs, they are always in the participle form. Remember, participle or past participle is not a time tense, it's a conjugation. So the future continuous utilizes the past participle. It's just a form for verbs, okay? So again, if you have any questions, please let me know. We're gonna be trying to do some more exercises with this, and we can address any questions, any specific ideas that you have when we have the one-on-one, the classes, the meetings in Zoom. Okay, so thank you very much. Enjoy your day and have a good day, weekend, Friday. I don't know when you're watching this. Okay, so thank you. See you.